painless.
Okay, as everybody said, meetings are important. Improve communication, yes, we all need to talk, make sure we're on the same page, don't screw up. I don't know how many of you heard, but down in Florida this week, they went to the wrong address, busted the door in, and shot an innocent homeowner in the middle of the night there because they went to the wrong address. I mean, that guy's dead. There's no excuse, and the sheriff's spinning that it wasn't his officer's fault, but that guy's fault for waking up in the middle of the night thinking somebody's breaking into his house. We gotta have accountability. Now, as mentioned earlier, possibly there wasn't good rapport between the sheriff's department and the other departments, but possibly that's because the sheriff had to let some officers go that weren't up to the standards, and the whole police department hired. It's hard to work with somebody that you've just fired and then have charges brought up, and your sister being a KBI agent that comes up to investigate. So how can you work together when you got people that you fired being hired by Hope and then stabbing you in the back? I don't see how you can possibly get along. This wasn't part of the deal, but see how they brought it up. Yes, Charlie wanted to be here tonight, but he's driving a truck for a friend of mine, and he had to make a trip. But in spirit, he's here with us. But like I say, he definitely wanted to be here. His wife Patty is here supporting us with friends, and it's hard to, like I say, if you had to let people go, and I'll just give you an instant. Just one guy, Charlie, let go for he said he was dirty, and went up to Savannah and got hired, and they got arrested for selling drugs on duty. He got money from the county for him getting fired. Well, Charlie was right. He was dirty. He got caught selling drugs on duty. I mean, okay, well, thank you.
Last question. Thanks for not clapping. What are the top 3 priorities of the Sheriff's Office, and how will you address them? This question goes first to Sheriff Morris.
My first priority is the reduction of crime. We've been very successful reducing residential burglaries by dividing the county into districts and having substations free of charge. We've made better use of our deputies who are patrolling more rural areas than ever before. We noticed a 56% decrease in these burglaries after our plan was implemented, and we also discovered burglaries in progress, and our investigators have been more proactive in solving these crimes. We also joined forces with the public in fighting crime with our Community Watch program. We have put out the word, if you come to our county to commit crimes, we will catch you and you will go to jail. In June, we had a record number of local inmates in the history of Jackson County. The citizens in the South are tired of being victimized and are happy with the increased patrols. I will continue to fight for the safety of our children. We will continue to forward solid prosecutable cases against child molesters. And we will continue to have registered sex offenders paid, providing safety for our children on the internet. My second priority is the budget. We have been diligent in finding ways to do more with less. We have been successful in cutting crime and not spending more to do it. We have already worked hard to reorganize the jail to keep taxes from rising. And I will continue to fight against wasteful spending and will make every dollar go as far as it possibly can. I will continue to work hard to obtain grant funding for large purchases like was done with our 911 center so the taxpayers won't be directly burdened with the cost. Number 3, I will continue to provide a positive working environment for employees. Employees will be supported so they can be successful in their assignments, but will at the same time be held accountable for their actions. I've already implemented the strict code of conduct for employees, but little can be done without an energized and motivated workforce. Under Sheriff Chapman and I have the experience of supervisors and administrators and have a firm grasp on employment law and will always work to protect the liability of the county. There's not been a single legal claim against our administration since taking office.
Mr. Shields.
Some of the priorities I've got also, along with Sheriff Morrison said also, that one of the things I think is still important above all is the basic. You still believe in an open door policy with the public. make sure that you have access to the person in charge to discuss any of your concerns or anything that that's basically concerning you because everybody has problems, and I don't want to make it what do I want to say? Even though as a sheriff is an elected position, and as a taxpayer myself, it does. I want to be able to see what I'm getting for my tax money. I do see that Sheriff Morris has explained that they have gotten more patrols out. I have seen that. I think that's a very good thing. It's the only way to stop crime. But I also think that I've also been talked to by people. They said that they have a hard time when they see a deputy coming down the road. He may be on the call, and people don't understand that sometimes. But just the general not acknowledgement of them coming down the road. People see that, and they just see the officer going straight down. They'll wave at them, and they just do not understand why they can't be more interactive. Like I said, the sheriff's department, we do work for the county. We work also for you as the taxpayers, and we should be accountable and held for that. Other than that, like I say, that's pretty much. There's some projects and stuff that I want to do also that I think is also a special thing to do. Years ago, we used to have what they call the Sheriff's Posse. Sheriff's Posse was basically set up for special current events going on, and it would allow to keep the deputies out on the roads answering calls, and allow the Sheriff's Posse to work special events.
Mr. McNicholas.
Okay, at the same time, we're going to have an open door policy, just like Charlie did. My phone number, his phone number, come to see us, call us. Problems, hate to say we're doing a good job if we get elected. We appreciate it, but we would like to know. We really would. Now, I floated this idea a couple months ago that we were going to patrol the county back roads, get used to the people that live out there, and see somebody that don't belong, make a note of them. Something gets reported, that'd be a good place to start, but I'm going to have to take issue with the sheriff on his crime reduction, because from the people I talk to, there's just apathy with the sheriff's department that it's not being reported because they just don't see that anything's going to be done. And I hate to say this, but I've had a few things stolen out of my shed up on, even with my vote for Bob banner on my deal for sheriff, they're still going into my shed and stealing 5-gallon cans of gas, which I'm not begrudging them the gas, but they're taking the cans too. So I'm having to rebuy the cans so the next person can get the gas. I'm at the gas station, but it sure looks that way. So like I say, I didn't bother reporting it. What's the point there? Nobody's really going to do it. But, these people, they just drove by a gas station within 2 miles, and what do you think their car's going to run on? But Bob's there with his gas station, so don't worry about it. But like I say, as I've talked to other people, and it's just, crime hasn't really gone down. Reporting has gone down, and that's a big difference. And didn't mean to throw that on you, but that's just the deal that I heard from Charlie that he returned some money at the end of his term there, and looks like he had a pretty good budget, but we're not going to go into that. And the jail obviously said some things about that really don't really jive with what I've been told from the former administrator. So thank you.
Mr. Hunt.
We need to address the lawsuit issue. We don't have a lot of money to operate on, and we need to make drug crimes more of a priority. I'll create written directives that are broad enough that an officer can work within, and narrow enough that if they follow department policy, they're less likely to get sued, and the county's less likely to get sued. Now, we created a culture that if you sue Jackson County Sheriff's Department, the insurance company is going to settle these disputes out of court. We need to take some of these suits to court.